everybody. Welcome to another episode of our Hatten Health Podcast, where we are all about family,
health,
growth,
and empowerment.
So let's make this happen together. Man, well, I'm excited. Thank you. This is episode 3. Yep. And right off the bat, I just want to give a big shout out and thank you to our mindset and leadership coach, Donna McConley, for joining us on our previous episode. She dropped a lot of gems on that episode. And if you did not see that yet, I would like for you to tune in. It's on here on our YouTube channel, Hatten Health. You can also, watch the video there, or you can check out the audio on Amazon Prime, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts right now. So go ahead and check that out if you have not already. And this has been an interesting week, and we've learned a lot. We went to the farmers market last weekend, picked up some amazing veggies.
Yep, our local farmers market in Parker, Colorado.
Yeah, it was our first time coming to this one, and we was amazed at everything that we saw. And we just like to share some things information that we come across in our journey, our parenting journey, based off of some pain points that have been expressed to us through parents that we know, parents that have contacted us through social media. And there are common threads with what we have experienced also, and things that we've learned from and grown with. And we've been able to implement these into our life with our child and been able to teach these to other families as well. So we'd like to share some of those things with you. And what was like one of the biggest things we've learned with Ayla recently, as far as I know one of the things we learned a while back that we started implementing here is changing of the atmosphere in our meal times. Like when she, moving somewhere else, or having our breakfast or our lunch or our dinner in a different location in the house, or maybe just outside the house, how that has helped. You want to talk about recently, because you have more meal times with it than I have, because I've got my day job and I come home, I have that one meal, or I have my 2 days off, I have all day, but you experience that on a more regular basis than I do because you're here with her more than I am. So
so for those of you who don't know, we recently moved to Parker, Colorado, the beginning of this year. It's end of February 2026, and leading up to that point, we had a lot of big life changes, and this move was a big life change. So it definitely impacted not only our eating habits and our mealtime routine, but definitely had a big impact on our daughter too. And before our move, we had our mealtime rituals, mealtime routine, sitting at the table. At that point, she was just getting out of her high chair kind of phase.
Interesting time.
And so back before we moved, mealtime, she didn't want to stay in her high chair. So we were trying to find new ways of entertaining her and keeping her in her chair, right? And just sitting at the table sometimes was painful for her. And so we would do indoor and outdoor picnics. We would go eat in our sunroom. We would change the location a lot. And that seemed to really help her with being motivated to eat, because it was something new and exciting versus just sitting at our island at the time. For every single meal, that was just starting to get really boring. But then it was interesting to change when we then moved to our new house. We were in kind of the same situation. We weren't eating at a table. We didn't have bar stools. We didn't have a dining room table. We didn't have dining room chairs. We didn't even have a couch yet. We were just sitting in a couple of chairs that we had with a TV tray, which in our living room, which wound up leading to her eating in front of the TV more and stuff like that. But not having that table then really caused chaos within our mealtime. And once we did finally have that structure again of having chairs and tables, mealtime changed again, and it became so much easier. She knew exactly what to do as soon as we got our bar stools. She was so excited. She immediately ran up, sat down at them, started eating better. So it's just interesting to observe and change of environment has on toddlers and as they age too.
Right. Yeah, you see it in real time, and we started learning what her time triggers are in mealtime, as far as knowing when she's full or knowing when she gets bored with the food or just ready to move on to do something else. And you start to see that, so we start figuring out different ways to keep her engaged in the meal, keep her excited in what she's eating, or just keep her attention there at the table. Because if any of you watching this, listening to this, have toddlers or have had toddlers and they're grown now, you have seen or are going through now, witnessing them wanting to run around and move around so much because they have all that contained energy. They don't know what to do with it. They just need to go all the time. So how to keep that energy focusing on that chair, on that plate, and not being just so militant about it, but still keeping your firm hand on it, keeping your rules, but keeping it relaxed and fun at the same time. And a lot of that comes with just knowing your own child's personality, because we can say one strict thing, guideline, but that's not going to work for everybody. We're not naive and think that all children are the same. We all know they're not. So we notice their triggers, knowing their emotions, know what they're going to respond to, what they're not going to respond to, will help you figure out how to keep them entertained or keep them engaged in that meal. You don't have to be comedian parents. You don't have to be super like big, fantastic, entertaining TV parents, whatever. You know your kids. You know what they're like. You know how they respond to you. And it may be like a frustrating process at times. It's not going to happen snap finger overnight or one exact time, but having the patience and keeping the calmness, even when you may not feel that calmness, just showing them that calmness, then this kind of relaxes them, because your meal time is going to take longer with them than it will be with just you and your significant other. So just take that time. They're not going to, the other food's going to sit there getting cold, but they're still going to want to eat it. They're not going to care. They like what they're eating. If it's fun for them, they're just going to keep eating. And that's what I've had to learn too. Like, you're not feeding an adult, you're feeding a kid. So it's a totally different event.
I think, like you said, making it fun is such an important part of it. Especially, as our kids get older, into older toddlerhood area, age area, there's that line of teaching them table manners, right? And how to be proper, but then also still making it fun and enjoyable for them, because at this age, toddlers, yes, they need structure, they need routine, but also they need play. They learn from play.
Yeah.
So if you can bring play to the table too, it's going to take a little more effort as a parent, right? Sometimes you wish at the end of the day you could just sit and just eat your meal. But at this stage in life, that's rarely going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And it's just a short window of time. So if you can have your kid pick out a toy to have join them at the dinner table, like a stuffed animal or anything, that has helped our daughter a lot. Like asking her, like, which friend do you want to bring, especially since she's an only child, like, which friend do you want to bring to the table?
Yeah.
And sometimes she has a few different friends, and that's okay. A lot of kids, have tea parties and stuff like that. But so making that into mealtime fun for them, having somebody that they recognize that they can play with at the table is totally fine. Or we started doing too.
Okay, act like that friend is part of the meal too.
Yeah,
like that friend is eating
and
also.
Sharing their food with them, and she loves that, and it just makes it easier. And then that little bit of jealousy factor too. Like sometimes we feed her stuffed animal or a toy too, and then she sees them eating, so then she wants to try it and gets a little jealous too. And in my eyes, I think that's totally fine at this stage in the game. She's 2.5 years old.
Yeah. The communication is growing, so our communication grows along with that too. She's able to understand more about what we're saying, and there's a little more conversation now than just we're saying this. You have to do it. Now she's actually responding,
and having set routines too helps, right? We learn that with sleep routine. Everybody, all the parenting books, everything says routine. But it goes with mealtime too, whether you're saying grace at the table, washing hands. We talked about this on our last episode too, in a little more detail, like having that structure, but also being okay to like deviate if you need to, like not having their kids sit at the table for 30 minutes if they're squirming and like can't focus. Like last night, we had our daughter, told her to go run a lap around the table because she just could not sit still. She didn't get enough activity before the meal.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, run a lap, get some energy out. And then she came back to the table It took a little bit of effort, but she
Yep.
did come back to the table and she wound up eating a lot more. So it's okay to have those breaks.
Yeah, take your break, stretch your legs, just like driving a long road trip. You don't want to sit in the car for 6, 7 hours just sitting there in stagnant position. You want to get out, walk around a little bit. Same thing with a little kid. She's sitting at the table for 10 minutes feels like a long time for her for them to just be sitting there. Even though no matter how good the food is, no matter how much they like it, just sitting there might feel like a long time. So let them get out, stretch your legs a little bit, then come back if they didn't have that busy activity before mealtime.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that works sometimes. And I can't say, not gonna say it will always work 100% of the time, but it's going to work a lot of the time, especially if you feel like you're at your wits' end and can't figure out anything else. That was a really good tip you just said, because it blew my mind when it happened. And on top of changing up the atmosphere, even if you like, even if you're in like a small 1 bedroom apartment in a building surrounded by a bunch of other apartments, if you're limited on space or limited on rooms to move in, or if you can't even get out the house, just change where in that room that you're eating if you can,
or just changing seats.
Yeah, that too.
Just a change.
Musical chair.
Yeah.
You play a little bit of music sometimes.
Yeah, even if it's kids' music, something that keep them engaged at the table, or if you need to step away for a second and have them come back. And I think at 2.5 years old right now, our goal is to get her as much activity before mealtime, so she is hungrier and more willing to sit there and eat because she's tired from running around.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels so good that when gets excited for, well, no matter what it is that you cook for them, it's a very, very fulfilling moment. And something that's helped us along the way too is, you've all heard the term, we eat with your eyes, we eat with our eyes. Kids do too, probably even more than us, because they don't always know exactly what they're eating. We know if we see a plate of something or food, we know about what that food is. That goes with portion size also. They can be intimidated by what we think could be a small portion. It might even still be too big for them. Then you end up getting discouraged when they don't eat half of it or eat most of it. Then you get mad thinking it's a waste, or you get mad at them thinking they're intentionally wasting it. It may not be the case. It probably just may feel like it's too much for them.
And adults are the same way. If you go eat at a restaurant and, I don't know, like Olive Garden or something, give you that big platter,
family meal dish for you
of all those noodles that never, that are constantly like growing, and you're like, I'm eating and eating and not getting to the bottom of this dish. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with us, right? Yeah. Like, we see these huge portions sometimes at restaurants or at your grandma's house. She loads your plate up. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to eat all of that. That's the same for our kids too, and they have way smaller stomachs. Mm-hmm. And we are just, excuse me, I think conditioned to have mega portions, especially in the US, that our kids are more in tune to their bodies than a lot of us adults are. Mm-hmm. Because they haven't had that, what's the word I'm looking for?
That dining experience?
Wanted to say like brainwashing, but haven't had
conditioning.
That. Thank you, conditioning, of having overly sized portions more than we need. So even if you think just a small amount, if you're worried about them just eating a small amount, is actually fine, as long as they're staying hydrated, they're having energy, mm-hmm. they're not crashing, they're having regular movements, then.
Yeah, because even like all my years as a chef, I've just been so used to cooking for adults, whether it's been mass portions like buffets, or just cooking for a lot of people, or just cooking for people, like cooking big American meals or whatever. When it came time to being a parent, or even just before being a parent, just living with somebody, having a significant other, not cooking for just myself, but cooking for somebody else too. I was always making portions big without realizing I was doing it. And she's called me on that a lot, like, you're not at work, you make smaller portions. Like, I don't eat all this. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's just naturally making big portions. So making my child's plate, make a small portion, but then in my mind, shrink it down again, half of that. So give her a small portion, then she's less intimidated, and it'll be more fun for her to eat. And it's easier to make it look fun and pretty on the plate if that's what you want to do.
Well, and then that gives room for them to ask more too.
For sure.
Because if you just constantly overload their plate, because people like to go back for seconds, right? Mm-hmm. And so same goes with your kid. If they find something they like and they see that it's gone and then they want more, that just enhances
Yeah,
them enjoying that food even more.
yeah, I love that. That's a game changer. That term comes up a lot, but it's easy to say because it's real. It really is.
But to go off of what you said about making big portions
Mm-hmm.
doesn't necessarily mean that you need to like limit the amount that you're cooking,
Right,
but just spreading the love, right? Enjoying the batch cooking.
for sure.
um,
We definitely want to talk about that because that's a
yeah,
huge tip.
because that's also what we wanted to talk about today. Kind of our main nutrition tip of the day is time-saving hacks for cooking, especially going into summer. Everybody's outside. No one wants to spend time cooking indoors, right?
Thanks.
Or you're traveling on the weekends. You don't have time. Like, you think you don't have time to cook during the school year or winter months.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like summer is 10 times that.
Especially when the kids are home and
yeah, or you're just outside doing things, and the days are longer. You want to be outside longer. So we wanted to talk about some different time-saving hacks that you can start doing for you and your family. And one of those is batch cooking. So like you said, instead of loading up your plate, save those portions for later. And then also saves you a lot of time because you're not having to cook more often, right? So if you just go ahead and when you're at the grocery store, buy double, triple of a recipe that you plan on cooking, go ahead and cook it all at one time and then save it. And all you have to do is reheat it or reuse it throughout the week. That saves you time having to cook every single meal during the week.
Yep.
To go with that too, weekend meal prep, and it doesn't have to be on a weekend either, just meal prep in general. Excuse me. And like I said, most people, travel on the weekend. So how can you meal prep when you're out of town and you come back and you got laundry and kids and you have to get ready for the week? So maybe set aside a night or two during the week where you do batch meal prepping as well. And then you have that also for the weekend, whether it's road trip snacks, easy dinners, no cook dinners, stuff like that. That could be a total game changer for you. Other things like overnight oats, making those so you don't have to make breakfast the next morning. Egg McMuffins, just bake them the night before and just reheat them. Mason jar salads are really popular right now too.
Oh yeah.
And sheet pan meals where you just throw everything onto a sheet, whether it's roasted veggies, some type of meat, salmon, chicken, whatever, all in one pan with some oil and some seasoning. Just throw it in. You can make a big portion that will last.
Exactly.
For multiple days.
Yeah, you don't have to be a formally trained chef to do any of this. And you got crock pot meals are great for like time saving during the day. Like you mentioned about the batch cooking and getting all your ingredients, like meal prep. You have already, say you did your meal prep, right? You have all your ingredients together. And reason batch crock pot meals are good time saving hacks because you're a busy parent or busy parent and you run around chasing your child, you have your own stuff going on, or you may have your own personal business that you're working on from home like us. Time during the day is limited. You have to pick and choose your spots. So why not just have something where you can just take your batch ingredients you already have prepped, whether you prepped them yesterday or earlier in the week, throw them all in the pot. As we say in the restaurant, set it and forget it. You don't literally forget, but you set it in the pot, cover it, hit the few buttons, boom, you go about the rest of your day for 2 or 3 hours or however many long it takes to do that dish. And during those 2 or 3 hours, you can handle your business, whether it's with your kid or your business or just errands around the house. And before you know it, it's done. And you don't have to worry about burning it because your crock pot's going to stop and just hold it for you until you're ready. Scoop it, eat it.
Yeah. And speaking of crock pots, just make sure that they're pushed far away from the edge of the counter as possible. Make sure your kid can't pull it over on themselves. They can't grab the cord. Make sure the cord's tucked away.
Yes.
Because crock pots are known to be huge hazards with little kids. And lots of tragic events happen with kids pulling the cord or pulling the pot over on themselves and burning themselves. So if you are using a crock pot, just make sure that you're using safe techniques as well. And keep that away from the counter edges.
Yeah, it's scary to think about. Like we're always pushing stuff back on the counter, even regular things. Like we have an island in our kitchen. We're always pushing things towards the middle of the island because our daughter is definitely at the age where she's curious about everything. and she's tall too, so she can reach a lot more than we think she can sometimes. So we just constantly like, like watch out, get it towards the middle as far as we can. Even just the harmless stuff, sometimes we keep that practice of moving things towards the front because yeah.
And crock pots are nice too because it doesn't heat up your house.
Yeah.
Especially during the summer, if you're using your stove a lot or your oven, even if you have air conditioner, it's gonna heat up your house.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're using your AC, your energy bill's already going up.
Mm-hmm.
Or in our old house, we didn't have air conditioners, so we hated using our oven during the summer.
Yep.
Because it would just really make our house super hot.
Yep. And we know that just in reality, where we're in the store sometimes, or we're just at home and we really don't have anything, it's very convenient to quickly grab frozen meals. Believe it or not, there are healthy frozen meals out there. Some you do know this, but there are a lot of people that don't think there are healthy frozen meals. We've experimented with quite a few, and yeah, they are tasty. They don't just taste like cardboard like you may think. There are healthy frozen meals out there. Yes, there are a lot of different flavor profiles. It may not all be for you, but believe it or not, there are some healthy frozen meals out there, and we have some of our favorites that we keep on stock just in case.
Yeah, like Kevin's. We love Kevin's, and they're becoming more and more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Before, you just found them at a lot of health food stores, but now they're in most grocery stores. Even Walmart carries some of their flavors, and they're growing too.
Yeah.
They have anywhere from cilantro lime chicken to coconut chicken, barbecue. There's a lot of different options. So those are great to have just as backup if you need, or you have a really busy day and you don't feel like cooking from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's are nice. Amy's Kitchen.
Saffron Road, Tattooed Chef.
Those are all great, healthier options. And majority of Kevin's too, if you buy like the single dinners, they don't come in plastic either. They come in like a recyclable, reusable container, but a lot of them still do come in plastic. So if you're like anti-plastic,
mm-hmm.
like we're starting to be, we're transitioning right now from trying to limit our plastic use as much as we can. Nothing says you can't just pop those out and put them into a glass dish to put in your toaster, oven, air fryer, microwave, or stovetop too. You don't have to necessarily cook them in the container that they come in. You can change it out very easily.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do.
Yeah, we get it. It's a learning curve. It's a transition that I've struggled with for a while when we started doing that. Still sometimes do. I forget sometimes because when you use plastic your whole life, then you kind of, hate to use the word, get enlightened, but you start waking up in a little bit and start learning more, start saying, okay, I want to transition out of using plastic for hot meals and things like that. You start to appreciate what the long-term effects of not letting those microplastics and things creep into your food. We spoke about that, I think the first episode or second a little bit, but you can do your own research on that, but we do have information on that if you want to get to know a little more about that too.
Maybe we'll do a whole episode.
I think we should. There's a lot of people that want to hear from that, not just reading text off of a Google search, but hear real people talk about that with real life experiences. And the frozen meals that we just mentioned, they don't just look like airplane food. That stigma doesn't carry over into all healthy frozen foods, especially the healthy foods. There are bright whole vegetables in there. The meats just don't look like frozen blocks of mystery meat. It actually looks like something and tastes like that too.
And the meat quality is better too.
For sure.
Versus if you try, I'm thinking of like a specific brand, but a lot of them,
Tony's or something. I don't know.
But where Stouffer's. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like fatty pieces of chicken, right? Or it's like the leftover chicken probably from the factory, and it just doesn't taste very good. And it's just like kind of gritty and like this is like true like white meat chicken or like
real sauce,
real like food.
Doesn't taste like dehydrated powder mixed with water. And here's your sauce. Like, no, I'm not eating that crap. Yeah.
Also, no shame in getting healthy meal kits too. Sometimes you just need that, or getting groceries delivered to your house. Like, no shame.
Yeah.
We a lot of times, and especially in our family time course, we encourage parents to go grocery shopping with their kids to help build that awareness and education. And we go over all of that in our family time course. But sometimes it's okay to get food delivered to your door if you need to. And some healthy mealtime kits can really help with that. I mean, it's already portioned out for you, but there are some definitely unhealthy ones out there. So some of our favorite ones that we have researched and really like the ingredients and are cost effective are Green Chef, Daily Harvest,
Thistle,
and Trifecta Nutrition seem to be the higher quality ones as far as nutrition. And they are always running deals and stuff too. Yeah. So even if you just need it for a couple weeks, even just a month.
Just to get through a transition like a move or house renovations or just things where it would hinder you to be able to make meals from scratch as often or as conveniently as you would like. It can just get you through those transitional periods or rough patches in your life if you have things going on, or God forbid something happens in the family where you just don't feel motivated to do anything. Just you have it there, and when it arrives, you can definitely tell it's fresh, real ingredients too. And also because there's a there's a clock on those things that don't give you something that we can just store it in your cupboard refrigerator forever, because you know it has a bunch of fillers and preservatives. You see real fresh, real ingredients. It actually looks like it and smells like it when you get it. We've tried a couple and we were happy with them.
And also, as far as toddlers go, there's Little Spoon too. We really enjoyed them for our daughter when we needed them. So check out Little Spoon too. 3 other tips that we have for you guys is no shame also in getting pre-portioned snacks or like pre-cut up veggies or snack packs at the grocery store. That way you're not spending time having to cut, slice, and dice in the kitchen. Go ahead, buy the pre-packaged, cut up, whether it's mixed veggies for a stir fry or, cut up carrots and celery, pre-portioned snacks. Go ahead, go do that. I'd rather have you do that than get just like a bag of Cheetos.
And if you're reading the transcript of this episode, or if you happen to be seeing the subtitles, don't know why you would do that only, but if you are, when she says snack packs, that's not to be confused with snack pack pudding cups. No, snack packs. Okay.
And we have a whole meal guide that we're going to talk about too in a second, but a lot of those lunches includes those like pre-portioned snacks. You can either buy them already pre-made or make them at home, but those are included in our meal plan guide as well.
That's excellent. Loving it.
So I kind of combined the last two.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, but you said
points.
So eloquently.
So the pre-portioned snacks and pre-cut fruits and veggies kind of go hand in hand. And then summertime.
Sorry to cut you off, but just to piggyback on top of that, the pre-cut veggies and fruits and vegetables are also good for car rides too. Like whether it's a road trip or just going somewhere where child might be in the car for a while and they get hungry before they get hangry.
And they're already pre-washed. Like it's better to buy those. Like if you are not able to go home and wash them ahead of time, like buying a bag of grapes versus one's already in the container, they're already washed, ready to go.
Feed their sweet tooth, got the sweet fruits in there.
Yeah,
it's great.
Then smoothies are also a really quick, easy way to get good nutrition. Summertime, they're cool, they're refreshing, and it's cost effective to just get a couple bags of frozen fruit, add some milk or nut milk in there, you can add any variety of proteins with almond butter, peanut butter. If you wanted to add protein powder, you can, but it's just a fun way to get a variety of different fruits, even veggies too, if you wanted to add some kale, frozen spinach. They're fast, they're effective. Kids love them too.
Yeah. You can get creative with your recipes too, so they can taste like this shakes that they'll love that they think is like...
Or you can make it and then put it into a popsicle mold, and then you got free, easy popsicles too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, before we get out of here, though, we want to leave you with something that we're also very excited about, that we want to continue sharing with you soon and into the future, with you and anybody who may think about, not even think about, who do want to join Family Time or just see what we're all about when we go to our website, is our meal planning
Yeah,
guides.
so the last 4 weeks, we've been sharing our own personal Hatten family meal plans.
Yeah.
So what that looked like was 4 weeks of a breakdown of a menu, full week menu. And within our family, it typically works out to eat out anywhere from 1 to 3 meals a week based on our schedule. So that included that too, some space or room for some leftovers. But just wanted to share what we were personally doing within ourselves. And what we did is we give all the recipes that we used for the week, all the nutrition breakdown, and the cost breakdown too. I know cost is different depending on where you live, but we took the national averages of what it would cost for the week in per item and explained why we chose the meals that we did, all the nutrition information, like I said, was all included. And so we were giving that out and changing it based on what we were doing for a full month. So there's 4 weeks of jam-packed information. So we were sharing that on our social media, to our email group. And so now our goal is, it's a full month worth of a whole month nutrition meal guide with recipes. And that includes breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks a day. With all these recipes, as you can see. And so now we have combined it all into one mega guide, if you will. And that is leading into the creation of our Hatten Health Recipe Club. We're so excited to start this. We've been talking about it for a while. And what this is going to include is a monthly membership to our recipe club where you get our full meal plan guide, along with all the recipes. And we're probably like over 140 recipes now.
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
and
growing.
And growing. It's going to be constantly growing. So you get all of those recipes. You know they work. You know they taste good because they've been tried,
tested
by yours truly and by other people. And that recipe list is going to continue to grow. So you don't have to worry about going to Pinterest or a website trying to find a recipe. Constantly growing, and if you have recipe ideas, we're always taking those suggestions. But also part of the membership will allow for shopping guides, more customizable meal plan guides, and all of this is going to be accessible in an app as well. We're currently working on creating a Hatten Health app where you can customize, grab and drop your meal plan.
There's community in there.
Yeah, we're building a community. So if you have family recipes that you would love to share with other people, you can post those into our community group as well. And we'll also have a recipe of the week that we'll highlight and encourage everybody to try to make that week. And everybody share
and swap ideas with other members. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, and we have our Sunday family dinners that are always the first Sunday of every month. That's automatically included. Those are free for everybody, but we'll be posting in there as well and taking suggestions for meal ideas for those. And I feel like there's more, but it's just so exciting. So that is going to launch tomorrow, June 1st. So we're offering a 30% discount for that membership right now, today, before our launch tomorrow on June 1st. So we're offering a 30% discount today, only before our launch of the membership club, recipe membership club, tomorrow, June 1st. So if you want information, click on the link attached in the description. All the information on pricing and stuff is there and on our website, or send us an email at hello@hattenhealth.com or DM us on our socials and we'll get you all the deets and make sure that we get you signed up. But this is just a fun way to build community. Everybody gets to cook and enjoy and share recipes together. And
what's that website again for new listeners, new watchers? HattenHealth.com. Yep, because if you're just listening to this, HattenHealth.com, HattenHealth.com.
Yeah. So, and that's our goal, is to build community around food and make it realistic, right? And how many of us have a whole Pinterest board of hundreds of recipes that we're like, ooh, that looks good, ooh, that looks good, and want to, make them, but we never get around to do it yet. This is motivation to do that.
Yeah, keeps you organized and accountable too. Yes, let's have some fun together. Would you like to get into our positive affirmation cards again?
Sure.
Okay, so we got this big old box of positive affirmation cards. We have not sorted through all these yet, because as you see, there's so many of them. So we're just going to pick one at random and share how we feel about it.
All right. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do before it, during it, and after it. Alan Weiss. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll read it one more time.
Yep.
It's not what happens to you, it's what you do before it, during it, and after it. Alan Weiss.
Yep. Cause and effect. What did we do that bring us to the situation that's happening to us? And how are we handling what's happening to us? And how do you move forward from the thing that happened? That's my breakdown from it. That's what I got from it.
Nope. That's good. Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, thank you. Be well. And we thank you for tuning in to another episode of our Hatten Health Podcast. Once again, find us on our website at hattenhealth.com. Same, Hatten Health on all socials. And this is where we focus on family,
Health,
growth,
and empowerment.
Let's make it happen together.